Hey yo, what's up, guys? Just wanted to get some information out there here about the Scout Day event that we have coming up this week. It's Sunday, so it's always exciting to get into that week where you are doing your annual Scout Day. Completely different this year, doing a much smaller scale event, trying to provide more education as we move towards the convention style Scout Day that eventually will be taking over. So as you saw today, we advertised Omar Artson, former player of mine, player developer of mine, one of the best teammates I ever had, guys I've ever been around in the clubhouse in the dugout. Example of that is 2020 in the COVID year. He's playing with us and he gets hurt on one of the first plays of the year against the Washington Wild Things, runs into an outfielder, Derek Reddy, messes up his ankle, could easily go home to New York and call it a COVID summer, but he hangs around the entire time, all the way through the Empire Fall Series, helps us win a championship there, helps us win a championship with the Road Warrior Black Sox, a team that he barely played on. He worked to come back. He threw BP to the guys. He was a soldier in the cage. He hit fungos. He learned. He worked on his throwing, tried to come back and play. Didn't work out. That's not really the story of Omar. The story is the next 2 years he signs to the Atlantic League a couple of times, a couple of teams. But really, it's from before when I met him in the Pecos League, where both him and I probably would have never gone. Although if we didn't go, knowing what we know now, we might not be here. But he was there in 2013, stole a bunch of bases, went to the Detroit Tigers and the Miami Marlins right from there, which is unheard of, Pecos territory. He ends up taking a couple of years off and comes back in 2019 to San Rafael, or actually, I'm sorry, Salina in the Pacific Association, and he steals another 60 bags. That kind of solidified him with us at that point, where like he was our guy, that was our guy. We were going to be there for him. He was going to be there for us, and it turned into a nice career. So any of my guys that can develop with Omar Artson over in the New Jersey area, he's doing some really good stuff, working with some kids, but he really needs to be working with professional and really talented level athletes because it's the mental that he can help you with. He was at our games in Staten Island this year, the game that I was at that I flew over from the draft. We won that game pretty sure-handedly, and a big part of it was the players did the playing, but Omar did the talking. Omar did the pregame. Omar was around the guys and in the locker room, and that's what you want. You want guys that are a good voice for the young players around. So if you get an opportunity to come to this Thursday, Friday at Langen Baseball with Omar Artson, it would be great. It's going to be 8 p.m. Thursday night and then 12 o'clock Friday. Saturday, we'll head over to Norwalk, Connecticut, where we will do 35, 36 bullpens for the head independent scout for the Boston Red Sox. That'll be at 9 a.m. to 12 o'clock for my guys. The times are listed online, and we'll also label the catchers to the pitchers, so you'll see exactly who's catching who. But if you look on there and it says confirmed to throw Saturday morning for Boston, Cywin, warming up at 8:45, throwing at 9. Dietz warming up after that, throwing at 9:10. Reith warming up after that, throwing at 9:20. We're going to stay as close to that schedule as we possibly can. I think right now there's 8 spots open to throw bullpens until 1 o'clock. We may end it at 12 o'clock depending on the next few guys that I slide in here to these slots. And it shifts some guys maybe to the following day, Sunday, for the Phillies. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how it goes. Hitting will be the catchers who catch those bullpens, a couple of two-way guys, and some good free agent guys that we want that are down here to get seen just in that setting. At 12 o'clock, don't take it personal if you're not invited. It's just a matter of time and space because we'll be over at Oxford at Smash Factory, which is, I think, about 45 minutes away from Norwalk at 4 p.m. on Saturday, going until about 7 o'clock. I'll be over there with a guy that's helped us with some player development stuff up in the Northeast in that area, if it helps you. And then also Sunday, 9 a.m. with the Phillies in Egg Harbor at a place called FS Prime with DJ Stinsman and Wilmer Reed. Wilmer Reed, legendary Philadelphia or MLB scout in general. But DJ Stinsman, former manager in the Pecos League, actually has helped me get guys to MLB partnered leagues, and he has a scouting position with an affiliated club for a little while now. So just any information that I can get you guys that are going. We have guys that are working on carpools from the airport on Thursday and other days, so we'll coordinate maybe with some arms or whoever's driving through at that time to get you. We'll make some group texts together here in the next day or two to get everybody situated. Also, housing, we're probably going to stay together, keep it cheap, get a big house, let the catchers get the beds, the biggest guys get the beds or pay more, however you want to do it. and just stay together more for that educational part of it. Like we're driving up from Florida with a group of guys. It's really about being in the car, being together, seeing what it's like, seeing what it's all about, really getting the information. Also for us, finding out what you do or don't know, because in a lot of cases, I think education is the biggest part of what's going on for the most part in today's game. But just so some of my guys could follow along, you kind of know the Scout Day format. You understand how it's going to go. Very simple, not a tryout. For new guys, not a tryout. We're not running the 60. We're not throwing for velo unless you're a pitcher. And even then, if you're an arm, you could come in and take it easy, touch and feel bullpen, just get on the mound, shake the hand, work with Cole Bombalis, our pitching coach. Unless you've been dodging them and avoiding them for 2 years, maybe he won't work with you. Maybe we'll just watch your pen and that's it. Owen Reith finished the season with the Chicago Dogs as a coach. He'll probably be on with us next year. He's also the manager of the Kenosha Kings, which is the team that we ran in the Wisconsin State League and the Land O'Lakes League. Owen Reith helped us sign about 10 guys to MLB partner leagues just from that one team, but has Cole and Reith together helped us sign 125 guys in the calendar year so far in 2023. Other guys that run teams will be there. Tom Kolakavo runs the Sonoran Mariners. My brother runs the Sox in New Jersey, where Carson McCurdy and some of those guys played and won a championship over there and promoted some players out of there. Chris Selesky, one of the catchers who's going to be there, was on my brother's team and ended up in the Atlantic League. If you just look at the arms and some of the details, you got 7 pitchers pitched in the Frontier League last year, 7 pitched in the Atlantic League, 1 in the AA, 6 of them finished in MLB partner leagues, and that's out of the 17. So 33% of them. The catchers have a pretty good resume too. One's coming who caught bullpens in the AA and played a little bit in the Pioneer League. He's one of our top free agent catching guys. Another one's offered to play in the Pioneer League right now and had a little Pioneer League taste last year. We've got a guy that caught the full year in the Frontier League with multiple teams. We've got a guy who's played in all 3 MLB partner leagues and finished the season with the Lake Country Dockhounds. We've got a guy that I just mentioned, Chris Selesky, who was the clubby for the New Jersey Jackals and finished the season as the catcher in the Staten Island Ferry Hawks organization. We've also got a guy released from the Astros. So really good, I'd say, core small group of guys to get work in this setting. Again, the goal is to get invited to these other MLB workouts. So, if you have any questions or you want to ask about these days, I really recommend new players shoot for Thursday and Friday would be a nice setting for you, or Saturday afternoon, rather than going into the setting where there's a bunch of guys we already know and you haven't played anywhere. If you do have some experience, you played in a partner league, you're released or you're signed, you get priority to get right in front of those affiliated scouts, obviously, because MLB partner leagues need to sell the contracts to the MLB clubs. And in the offseason, there might be some different buyout rates and whatever. But really, it's just to get in there, shake the hand, meet the guys. Think about it. If these 8 catchers are all going to play professional baseball somewhere and you're a pitcher, where would you like to throw this weekend? You got to throw a bullpen? You might as well throw to one of these guys. You're a guy that needs a job and is a rookie or whatever. Well, if you look at this list of the 18 guys I've already signed, 6 of them finished in MLB partner leagues last year, and I've signed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've signed 10 of them myself, and probably going to sign the other half this year, because that's what it is, man. It's availability, consistency, and just continuing to do what needs to be done so that when the phone rings, it's like, hey, I need a guy, and this is the guy. Rarely are guys going to get jobs at this point in the season where they hang for the entire season unless they're bona fide, solidified, have a good resume, and the team knows what they're getting into. So if I'm a free agent guy, I really don't want to sign right now, as weird as that sounds. If you look at our transactions on the Black Sox website, you'll see the majority of them from April to August and even more May to September than you'll see in the offseason. So anyway, if I can get you guys more information, drop a comment, share this video, talk shit, whatever it is you need to do. Your boy ain't going nowhere. Nice chatting with you.